Oh fuck, man. Oh fuck. Oh shit. I was just like, woke up this morning and then lo and behold, I got this recommend in my recommended a video on a Toronto local. I was like, oh shit, a familiar face. The one, the only, the infamous Justin Mark got caught up in some allegations and shit. It's not looking good for him. He's getting like, dried out, I guess. And it's like, the brown man stock is plummeting because I don't know if he can't beat those allegations. It's not looking good for the player pimp. And then like in other news, oh shit, oh man, oh man, this the brown man stock has plummeted to like zero, negative even. We're in the negative. It's like we have to pay people to take our stock. It's like a burden. But you know what? I'm abandoning the race. As it like, my parents are West Indian. I can do that. You can't. This is your fault and your problem, and you have to deal with it on your own. If that's how it is for you. Nothing. Then you could argue that we kind of look alike. No, you don't look like me. I'm too good looking. Brown man stock. The brown man stock. Oh, Akash. Damn, they're still making videos to the day, to this day, to this very day, this very, very day, man. Usually I'd have some asthma medication on hand, but it's like this is too much of a serious topic, so I'm gonna spend all 25. God damn it, 25 minutes. Why did I do this? Wait, is it 25? It's 20 fucking 6 minutes and 45. Ladies and gentlemen, you can tell that I'm a professional because I just do it on the fly. You know, that's how you know I'm genuine, unlike most people. Oh man. And like the reason why I bring up Justin Mark first is because, well, not only like like I've heard from him back in the day and stuff, and like I always like semi check up on him. I don't know, for some reason I have like that like kind of sick fascination, It's like it's not like I'm that much better than him in like, the sense of like people don't necessarily like me either, but like, those people who are like basically pedophiles and like, nonces or whatever you want to call them. Child endangering people don't like me. That's okay. Actually, I like myself because of that. Maybe like it's not a healthy obsession, but I think it's a cool thing to say that hey, I've done something good in life by, being making the right kinds of enemies. Unlike Justin, who's probably going to make enemies with like pretty much I heard like he was like kind of hated before, and I never really bared him any ill will because it's just like I found him too comical to like take seriously. But at the same time, like he's always brought up by Rehab Room as like a example of like the brown man syndrome of like these short Indian guys or whatever who are insecure who don't fit like the archetypical frame of like an attractive person. And here's what I think. Like, I think at one point, Justin probably was attractive or like, semi-attractive to like one girl or whatever, but he didn't know which one because he was just too busy running game and like doing his so-called business, and now it's caught up to him because, it's a good segue into, yep, I'm gonna bring him up again. The Akash. Yeah, man. See, it's like sometimes you gotta know when to quit because, like, I'm not saying like they have the same kind of persona. I'm just saying they have the same um, problem with how they invest their time, energy, and like, in the case of Akash, like his love, which is vastly more important, but like it's also more foolish to squander. You know what I mean? It's like giving car keys to a kid, like or like a toddler or whatever, right? Like yes, you love a kid, like you love a toddler, but it's not like it's misguided love. You know what I mean? To do that, right? Um, maybe that's a poor analogy, but whatever. I'll stand by that. So in the case of Akash, yeah, this shit is just not. It's not never ending for him. They or will make videos about this shit until that like either he addresses it or he you know so some recent news if he was on like tour doing his comedy tour or whatever, right? And this is like one of the more darker aspects about this video. Um because I was going over like basically uh yeah, this is gonna go in some super dark territory. But ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know something. Like if you ever get to this point, I want you to take a step back. Get some asthma medication. Get the cancer away. You don't need that cancer. Brain cancer, cancer of the soul. You gotta chill out, man. Like that's what everyone's telling him to bounce. And I think that's for his best in his best interest, even if it's a slap in the face to her family, his family, whatever. It's like what the fuck at this point, like, yeah. Or at least like just have a side hoe. I feel, it's I feel so bad saying that, but like in his case, like it's the only way. You have to. You have to James Bond it up. Oh man, but like, oh, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So, shit. Fuck, this is such a tone shift. All right, so he's on tour. He's doing his comedy special, and as he's doing his stand-up, I think somebody either made him bring up his wife, or he brought it up, and it was just the most awkward shit. And then every subsequent time he would like refer to her, he would S shame her, or just call her an S slut. Yeah. So that's just, I told you it's gonna be dark, dude. And like, you know what I mean? Like, at that point, why not leave her? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Just like, yeah, you guys act like you're so cool with it and this and that, but it's just like like the person who was describing this, they were saying because it was obviously written, you can't record it or whatever, but they were saying in this like post, like I think it was quite long too. It was like a few paragraphs. Uh, he'll bring her up, and then it was just killing the mood for him. And then eventually, I don't really know how these comedy sketches work. Like I think they give a allotted time, like 30, 40, 50 minutes. I don't know. And he just left the set early, as they would say. They're like whatever, right? And that was the way these things it transpired for him. So basically, not only has this heavily affected him, like permanently scarred him, but it's also like I think disturbed him mentally because, as I said before, he does have a habit of like how do I put this? Being insensitive, if you will. Like, okay, so let's take for advantage, like, bleh, let's take for instance all the times that he has put like for his sake, right? So the initial proposal, the secondary proposal, and then you could argue the demeanor that he has in her posts, in her vlog thingy, whatever, her podcast. But I'm just gonna go based off of those initial two, and then maybe how he talks about her on her podcast as like the going thing, as to like how I can equate his insensitivity to his younger wife, whatever. At least as far as the perspective shift goes. It's not like I'm judging him for doing this. I'm just saying like, okay, from her point of view, why would she come out and say and act and do the things that she does, and then like you see this in thing, and then like people can argue, yeah, like they're that kind of like married couple where they like to like clown on each other or whatever, and it's just like I don't see that on her part. Like maybe because people could argue that girls aren't that funny at telling jokes or being cynical this and that, but like that I really don't think what she was like when she was posting all that shit, that was jokes, right? Maybe the you can argue the orgy part was a joke because it's just like whatever, it's making her co-host friend laugh and making her feel good about her husband and shit. But it's like yeah, that post about like whatever, like that's like completely and utterly and totally unnecessary. And then subsequently, like all the other things that come out that like just illustrate how yeah, like it's just not looking good for the guy. So um, there were like videos that came out in the past where he was doing interviews and he was talking about how he had to go to therapy and sometimes they would get into fights. And obviously, this is none of this shit is my business. So I'm just speaking verbatim from what I heard. So like, yeah, like he would hit himself, his words, right? And that level of like mental abuse, I think, goes hand in hand with like an age gap of that caliber. At least in terms of maturity. Like if she was mature enough, you can argue that it wouldn't matter, but I just don't see that in this regard. Now, take that and then add on the fact that there's that whole you know, sexual experience distance between them. Because I think self Akash the Akash's like biggest downfall was his pride, where he shouldn't have boasted about him being a virgin. Like if he was, it should have just been for the sake of his wife, and he shouldn't just like have posted about it at all. Never spoke on it, whatever, right? Like I understand, yeah, maybe like he was asked, and I'm just like misinterpreting like why he felt the need to divulge that information. The information. Fucking my mouth is so goddamn dry, man. I picked up cigarettes again. I said I was gonna quit, and I was just like I got stressed out lately, dealing with all this new shit and the coming out of the whole Jazzcarn video I wanted to drop, which was very necessary for me because it's like I kind of find it like cool how you can see like their cultural behavior, like how it correlates to how they treat people, how they're like so insincere, rude, idiotic, and like obviously these are me making baseless claims against the majority, as I always do, but I just like I like that correlation. I find that very fascinating, and so yeah, the brown man stock has hit like an all time low because everybody's just bringing out nonstop, dude. And what was I saying about them again? So okay, yeah. So for me to make a comment on that comedy special, I think he does this and he doesn't understand it. Like he consciously doesn't understand like how damaging it makes him like look both short term and long term, because it's like you know what I mean, like you just can't really get on stage and trash your wife unless like yeah, she trashed him and stuff, but like it just comes off in like poor petty taste. And yeah, it's a very much a wounded souled man that is trying to, cry out for help type syndrome, which again, reflects on the rest of the brown man's dog. Like, I don't even have his skin complexion. I'm coming from India. I'm leaving like the Indians to themselves, man. This is all you. You and the Punjabis and the Pakis, you're all just like, I see like Philion is just unleashing, man. And he's dragging all of us. He's dragging Hindus and Buddhists down for the fucking the fuckboy squad. I'm like, I understand there's like a poop throwing festival. I understand you don't like Buddhism. I understand. Like, what the hell, man? What do you do to you? No, man, you do more shit to us. Like, you come on vacation to our countries, you're tourists, like fucking trash. Like, some fucking American tourists. Ah. I'm playing. We're all friends. It's just like, it sucks that, brown man stock is, it's in the negatives. It's in the negatives, man. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised at this point. More Pegasus is gone. He liquidated all his stock. He got on a plane. It's just like, I'm out. I'm out, man. You're on your own. You're done. You're toast. You're cooked. And he's right, man. Like, the brown man stock hitting this all-time low with like all this like level of not only coquetry but like, the simping, the weakness, the no fapping. Oh man, I even like, okay, I touched on Hassan. I mean, not Hassan. Okay, I'll bring up Hassan just for fucking kicks and giggles. Okay, so like, Hassan is tripping. He went to China and he got all this money and then he pulled it all out and he's showing it off. And he's like, look at me. No, I'm serious. This is the news with Hassan. That's the news. And I'm just like, what? Are you honestly fucking gonna pull out like Chinese money and then like flex it and show it off and like you just want attention? And it's like, how old are you, dude? I understand if you're like, a rapper or like this or that, but like, oh, or even like, okay, hear me out. Like, if he went to like a casino, I don't know the law in China though. Do they have casinos? But like, yeah, you know what I mean. If he went to a casino, or even like, went to the stock market, or at the very least, won it in a lottery, and it's just like, oh, look at all this money I have. That's great. No, it's his money, and he's like, look at my money. I'm special. I want attention. That's the news. What an idiot. Oh, and then Casey Tron is losing her fucking mind because she's getting sued to the fucking dirt in the ground, so it's gonna be like so much money for her, and she's like literally crying, and her whole family's just like trying to reach out and like make sure that like just she doesn't like die or like get sued to like into nothing, and it's like, yeah, too bad. It's just like so evil, and I find that funny because it's like this the parallel between these two stories is so funny. But one is like, you see Hassan like pulling out a bunch of money, and you see Casey Tron's like, I need money. It's like, the funny thing is, like, I don't think Casey Tron was employed directly by Hassan because she's like, I don't know, she's just too ugly. So it's just like she's just like screwed twice. And her cuck boyfriend, and like, boyfriend just comes out of nowhere. He looks like such a cuck. Just like disappears because he's just like, fuck this. I'm not paying for your fucking legal fees and this and that. Oh man, but that has nothing to do with brown man stock. What the fuck was I talking about? Fucking, I always get them mixed up. It's not. It's Hamza, not Hassan. I always get these two names mixed up. So, anyways, Hamza. Alright, so I touched on it on the last video, how he was like lowering the brown man stock. So he comes out with this video about how to use testosterone and how he used it to dose this to the whole time he was fucking lying to everybody. The whole fucking time he was lying to everybody. It's like, this is how much I took this year. This is how much I took that year. This is how much. This is how much. And it's becoming, I kid you not, it's becoming mainstream where it's just like, fuck it, take testosterone, take steroids. because you're better off. It's like you're gonna waste your life. Working out. You can get so much stronger if you take these things now. And I'm like, oh man, because not only does that like add to that like male insecurity ball shrinkage type bullshit because they know they can't escape that shit as much as they want to, but like on the side as well, like especially when you're talking about injecting, so it bypasses the liver, it's a permanent thing. Like you can't stop it. And there's side effects from taking it, and then there's side effects from not taking it. So you're screwed either way. It's like why would you start type of thing? Like if you know like you're just gonna be taking it for the rest of your life and you're comfortable with that, then maybe you're fine, or like maybe you're cool, like you can synthesize it yourself. You're like some Jason Blaha type guy who does it in a lab. He's like works for the CIA at Langley. Oh shit. Oh man, and speaking of which, people are just like bashing like Cash Patel or whatever because they want the Epstein list. And apparently, the Epstein list is coming out, so everyone just like is holding their breath this time. It's like, is it finally gonna come out this time, or are you guys just gonna keep talking shit? And I think that again, I don't know because I have to talk about this other news, which is really really dumb. Um, so Russia, right, wants a peace deal with Ukraine, but they're saying the concessions are far too great. So Canada does not want to back the deal that Russia is like, and the United States are agreeing upon. So it's kind of like, do I believe these world leaders, or is this the sign that they're in the pocket with these war economy type things like weapons manufacturers, this that. It just seems like the latter to me because, of course, if you wanted peace, you just like at any cost, right? At this point, just concede because unless it's like a complete like you're gonna cut Ukraine in half territory wise, like I don't see the point in like prolonging this war. But they don't talk about the whole Tetsuka, the whole grabbing of these civilians and conscripting them forcibly into this war. It's like kind of weird. Like I could just turn on a YouTube channel, watch it, and see the actual news, and then like not, you know, being left in the dark. I guess unlike the brown man left in the dark. Ah, shit. And I think that this is going to be the onset to like some crazy ass shit that's going to pop off with Akash, because again, like this is the solution that I see for this problem. He's got to get invited on Joe Rogan, and they just gotta talk it out, man. And Joe Rogan's probably that guy who can like with a level head like just make it not seem as impactful and stuff. Because I see Joe Rogan as a guy, not only as like whatever martial artist, like sports enthusiast, sports MMA, sports enthusiast, whatever, right? And like smokes up and he's Joe, but like he has his own kids and they're like daughters and shit. So it's just he has a softer, more fatherly, um, and I don't know, I don't know if Schwab has fuck, I forgot his actual name. Just gonna call him Schwab. Has kids and shit. The Andrew Schultz, yeah. I don't know if he has kids, if anybody else has kids, but like I think he needs that kind of like um mature guidance as opposed to just talking it out with the boys, because this is a very fucking dark path, man. Like you can't be just like going up on stage and like you know what I mean. Like it's like you give off this impression that you want to like cap your wife, and like yeah, man, that's not like a good look. Brown man suck, dude. Just crashes. Just crashes, man. Fucking no fappers. Justin Mark now. The player Pim. Justin Mark. I think he used to call himself Drunk Justin. Shit. That's how long this guy's been around. He's just like changing names, rebranding himself. But now it's just like, the end of his legacy, I guess. And I heard that like I was on this podcast that I was watching. I heard he owes this guy like money. So like the guy that um was doing a video like discussing it, like knew him personally. So it's pretty interesting. And then Akash, shit, fuck, yeah, man, some suicidal ass shit. Like, yeah, I'd leave her, man. Like, what's the point at this point? Like, the way I see, he got so wound out, just winded up by her that the whole comedy special just like the whole vibe about it changes, and that's how you carry these comedies like things, right? Is like how you the mood of your audience, and to like make them laugh, you gotta like make them feel comfortable. And you keep calling your wife names and shit in front of like a live audience, and they know the details of that because it's just synonymously on the internet like permanently. Like it's just one of those red flags, I guess. And then like to add to that, the rest of the brown man clowning out, and then you just gotta jump ship now. In the negatives, dude. Just in the fucking negatives. Well, take care, I guess. Or if you're brown, you gotta lay down.